Well, hello guys and welcome to the review of the biggest LEGO Ninjago set ever. This is of course Ninjago City. As you can see, it's set 70620. It includes 4,867 pieces. As you can see, it's got a ton of minifigures. So there you can see the front of the box. And then there you can see the back of the box where you can see all 3 levels and all of the features on each level. So let's just quickly get straight in and look at the set itself. Okay, and so there you can see the full set itself, and as you can see, this thing is really tall. So to take a look at it, we are going to have to remove all of the levels to even get a good look. As you can see, I've put the minifigures all around, and we will be taking a closer look at those at the end of the video. But just because of how big this set is, I wanted to take a look at the set first, just so that you don't have to wait through a ton of minifigures to get there. So obviously, as you know, this set is kind of built in a modular fashion. So what you can do is, obviously, you can remove all of these layers. So here, of course, we've got Lloyd's apartment that just splits off as its own little build, which is pretty cool. Then we can split off this here, and you can take all of this off right here, and so it just all splits apart into lots of different sections, which makes it really easy to take a look at everything. And so here we are at the bottom. This is the lowest section here, and this is the old world. So as you can see, it is built up on a lot of water, and that is really nice. And then you can see we've got these 4 buildings here. These 2 at the top do split off like so, so we'll take a look at those separately later. But as you can see, this whole section is really nice, and as you can see, they've got the kind of raised sidewalk there, and there's a little ladder to get down. I'm assuming that is for when a little boat kind of like this would kind of come up at the side, and then the person can get onto shore there. And as you can see, we've got this back alleyway here that leads straight into the back, which is really nice. Lots of detail here. And as you can see, we've got this nice bridge there, lots of water here, and this is kind of a nice canal path where you can just kind of ride this boat through, and it does get a little tricky here where they've got all of these studs. That is kind of where you can stand frogs and things. You can see this kind of dock here, so this is kind of another place where a minifigure can get on. And then taking a quick look at this boat for Conrad here. As you can see, it's a pretty cool build, and I'm not sure if this is solar powered or if this is just kind of a detailed bit. But as you can see, there is this little fan in the back there. And you can move these bits out just to kind of see how this is built. But as you can see, it's just a nice small little boat which you could fill up with fish or minifigures. You could definitely get at least 2 minifigures on there. And it's just a nice little boat for Conrad to kind of just sail through the old world like so. And then obviously kind of come dock up to shore, get out, and then just kind of continue on and kind of sell the fish. So yeah, that is a nice little boat. And then as you can see, we've got this little kind of station here for sweep. We'll take a look inside there later. But yeah, just overall really nice little design. And then here you can see we've got the bottom of the lift there as well, which does go up manually. You do have to move that yourself, but you just put a minifigure on there, then you can lift them up. And then here is the station to kind of get off and then go and explore the street level, but that all attaches when you attach the next layers. So inside this section here for sweep, you can see there's just a little bit in the middle where you can stand sweep, and this is of course where he gets charged up, so you can take him out. We'll take a look at him later. And then there you can see he just stands in the middle, and then these 2 little bits on the side give him power. And there is a little kind of sign on the side of that. It's kind of hard to look into this place because of it is closed up on all 4 walls, and there isn't anywhere to open it aside from this door and on top. But as you can see, that is pretty cool. And then sweep can just come out straight here, right above the dock, and then go walk off. And you can kind of see the inside there, and then there's the little sweep sign on the door. And then you can move this sign up here to look at it easier, so there you can see it's just a sticker of sweep, and then that moves straight back down. And then over on this side we have got the fish market, and as you can see we've got 2 fish in this little crate here, and then a crab in this one, so that's pretty nice. And as you can see, they have made the roof using crowbars, and that is a really nice design, so you can kind of just push them down to kind of give it a curved look, and that was really well thought out design, works really well. And there is space for minifigures in there, but there isn't really too much detail there, so as you can see there's just some studs on the ground, and then obviously you can see where people can get the crab and fish there. But that is a really nice little shop. It's a pretty nice inclusion. And then moving back around to the front here, you can see the front of the little fish market. And then we have got this telephone here, which I'm pretty sure is the only one in Ninjago City. And then as you can see, we've got these signs here all written in Ninjago language. There is a lot to translate, so I didn't bother kind of trying to do that. But you can see another sign here. And there is more on the bridge here. And as you can see, the fisherman boat coming through. So that is really nice, fits straight under, that is really nice. And then as you can see, the boat has a lot of detail there. You can see you can stand people all over it. And we've got this arrow here kind of leading to the crab shack or fish market, I'm assuming. And we've got this other sign here printed on this trans green banner piece, and that can just kind of lift up and down like so. And then lots of shrubbery around here, which is really nice to see, and you can move these about here. And then again in the water, lots of green. And as you can see, all built around this place, there is a lot of shrubbery on the kind of outskirts. There's a frog there, more shrubbery here next to this little post. And then there is another sign on there, as you can see. Kind of hard to see because of the light and it is translucent, but there you can see it is all written in Ninjago language. And then there is this nice poster on the outside of the little docking bay for sweep. And as you can see, there's this ladder in the back here in this kind of little alleyway. And we've got this bridge here, which kind of bridges the top two levels together, which we will take a look at now. And so here are the two sections which go above the two bits on the old world, which I just showed. So the first one here is this little tea shop, and then this other one is just kind of a small little apartment. As you can see, this has a rice paper door, and then this is right where the balcony that I just showed you goes. As you can see, the window, really nice design, and you can see they've got these ingot pieces all over it. And there's a little vine growing out here. And then here you can see from the back, this is solar powered there, which is a really nice little build using those pieces which were introduced on the Destiny Shadow. And this is a really nice roof design, and there are lots and lots of different roof designs in this set, so that is really nice to see. Then on the inside here, you can see on the TV we've got Good Day Ninjago. Then there is just kind of a little bed there, and I'm assuming these are just some drawers. Small little apartment, but it's a really nice little build. Then as for this tea shop here, as you can see, it is open on all sides. We've got the rice paper door again where the balcony is. And then as you can see on the inside, we've got the kind of table there with the two cups and then the kettle. And then in the back there we've got this lion poster. And then inside here we've got this little plant on the corner. And then there you can kind of see everything. Not too much to see. But then there you can see this nice window design again, which is pretty cool. And then again, the kind of another roof design. And this does have all these little lanterns on the side of it, which is pretty cool. And then obviously these two buildings do just fit right here on top of the jumper plates, like so. And then of course, using the elevator, we can go all the way up to the next level, which is the street level. And so obviously the first thing that you can see here is this little alleyway, which takes you straight out to the front here. And that just comes straight from the elevator, so it brings you right out next to the crab shack there, which this has got a really nice design all the way around it. It looks phenomenal there. As you can see, it's got this door which you can open up, and then inside there, as you can see, we've got Lloyd. We'll take a closer look inside later. And then bringing this round, you can see the same design is mirrored, and we've got these lanterns again on the sides. And then over here we've got the comic book shop, and this is kind of indented in there. There is kind of a little step that goes straight down, so as you can see, it is lower than everything else, so that is pretty cool. And you can see the sign in the window, 20% off comics, I'm assuming. And then you can see the sign built up using the bricks. Then as you can see here, we've got the ATM, and obviously just by pushing this little bit here, you can dispense the $100 bills like so, and that is a pretty cool mechanism there. And then to refill them, you just simply have to take the front of the ATM off, and then you just refill the $100 bills right in there. And before we take a look at the two shops in this, as you can see, we've got this poster bit here, and obviously you can just push this sign, and then you take out these 4 posters here. Then the one that's already in there, we've got for Shadow of Ronin, and you just take that out pretty simply. So there is the Shadow of Ronin, and we've got this Tide of Walking ROM, and then Coming Soon Galador, and then this one here. and then you can just put whichever one you want in there and then close it up. Then you just put all of the others right in here, and then you just simply close this car door to keep them in, and then obviously the sign gets pushed out to activate them. And then as you can see, we've got lots of details on these railings here. So we've got this target built up with boomerangs, and then as you can see there are a lot of Lego theme references all over this set, so I'm not going to kind of list them all out. As you can see, we've got a lot of stuff here all the way around this, like so. And then ending up with a little surfboard outside the comic book shop. And obviously, because the comic book shop is kind of lowered in, you can just simply take this top bit off to get easy access inside. And then inside there you can pretty much see everything there is, and this does have a door which goes inwards, which is pretty cool. And then there you can stand the employee, pretty cramped space, but you just stand there. And they have used those kind of pieces they use to sit minifigures in to kind of lock him in place there. And as you can see, we've got 4 Starfarer comics there. We've got these action figures in the back, and then there are some trading cards in the back here. And then there you can see all of the trading cards which do have some Lego theme references. We see we've got Lloyd Garmadon, we've got Laval, Unikitty, Johnny Thunder, and then there's some other things. And then as you can see, the Starfarer comic here is the same one that comes with the Stone Armor J in the character encyclopedia. You do get 4 of those, so that is pretty nice to get, and it makes sense to put those in a comic book shop. And then for this top section here, there you can see we've got the Believe poster from the Lego movie. And then we've just got all these accessories here, and then there are some speakers on this side. And then on the back there you can see there is just kind of some exhaust vents, this little fan there, and they do attach right onto the one at the back there. That does all line up when you put this on, like so. So yeah, pretty cool, nice little shop. But then kind of the biggest thing on this level here, we have got the Crab Shack. So as you can see, we've got Lloyd sat there, and there are 2 more spaces to sit minifigures over this counter here. And then as you can see, you can just kind of put the crab guy in there. There's a lot of space there. And then we've got this grill over here, which you can see you've got a crab in there. And then simply by turning this at the back here, when it's closed, it will just flip the crab over, and then you can kind of cook your own crabs, which is pretty cool, like so. And you do get 2 of the tan coloured crabs and then 1 orange crab, because obviously there is another one on the old world. And there you can see we've got the tools in the back. And then inside here we've just got some seasonings, which are just a golden banana and a regular banana. And then obviously the detail on the outside of this thing is incredible. There with the built up crab, which has these pincers which you can move, which is nice. And then we've got more kind of fans on both sides, and obviously this is kind of a symmetrical build which I've already showed you. And in the very back of this section we have got this window to open here, so you can kind of get crabs on the go, because the crab guy can stand and turn the other way, and there is a little counter there. So as you can see, he can just give you your crab straight through the window, and that is a nice little feature, kind of like a drive-through, but obviously this is up high, so you aren't going to get any cars up here. And then the second section of the street level just attaches right here on top, and it is really nice how you can just kind of remove the street level in 2 pieces to get easier access to all the stores inside. And obviously continues the lift here, which you can pull straight up like so. And then obviously this is kind of the drop-off point to get into this next level. We've got this ladder on the back of the shop there. So taking a look from the front, as you can see, there is no walkway on this section, so the only way to get into this place is from the back. As you can see on the back of the elevator here, we've got this detail, but there is nothing inside there, so it is just kind of like a built up area, which is really nice. Now you can see in the window we've got all these display items in the windows there, which is for sale in the store. Then over here we've got this nice cherry tree, which you can move because it is just on CCBS joints. Lots and lots of new colours of leaves and the grass stalk elements, which is really nice to see, and it does make for a really nice little build. And there you can see we've got this roof, which is kind of the same build that's on Lloyd's apartment. And then obviously, as you can see on the inside, we've just got the kind of root of the tree there, and where you attach it. You can't really move this much, but you can move this main element, which is made using these kind of Star Wars leg armor pieces. And as you can see, we've got this caution sign there. And you can see right in the back there, the door to get to this place is barred off because obviously this was never finished. And then there you can see there is that ladder again. And then the only way to get into this place is by this door here. And then as you can see, you get straight into the store. And as you can see, we have already seen all of the items that's in this store, where you can see kind of from a bird's eye view. And we have got all these hats in here, we've got this skateboard, some folded up clothes, which I'm assuming is supposed to be this kind of ninja hood piece, the gold ninja hood piece. We've got some mobile phones over there, and then we've got this frog here. And as you can see, the counter, which just same as the comic book store, does use those pieces which are used to attach minifigures. And we've got this little bag here, so I'm assuming this is kind of a little bag dispenser where customers can just get their bags. And as you can see, behind there is the door, so that is kind of as far as it will open, which is really nice attention to detail. And then obviously we've got more of the ninja training garbs there, and then I'm assuming this is going to be kind of the scarf. And then taking a quick look at the training garb here, obviously this isn't exclusive, and it is just an exclusive torso and leg print for the training garb, but this does come in a lot of promotional items like the kind of Kai battle pod and then the juniors set for Lloyd. This version just has the gold ninja hood, there is no face there, and there you can see the back. And the other one is exactly the same, except they give you a scarf and a Sensei Wu hat. So that is pretty nice inclusion there. And the last item we have here is this little heart-shaped gem, which you cannot see from the outside, but that is a pretty nice little for sale item, I assume, or just kind of a display piece. But yeah, that's basically it for this level. Not too much going on, but a pretty nice little kind of department store. And then on top of this, you simply just kind of attach Lloyd's apartment here. It's kind of its own little thing there that attaches there, and then the door does open outwards onto this little platform there. And then obviously the ladder which I showed you on the back is to get into Lloyd's apartment. So before we get onto the final large section, we will just take a look at Lloyd's apartment here on its own first. This is a really nice build, and there is quite a bit of weight to it despite how small it is. And as you can see, we've got the roof bit here which you can move up and down, the window which kind of does bulge out a little bit, which is really nice. Then in the back here, this doesn't look too good with the grey there, but this isn't really an angle you would see it from anyway. And there you can see we've got these two signs there. And to get into this, obviously you can open the door, but the roof does come off on its own separate build. And as you can see in the top there, this is where Lloyd stores the green ninja suit in the attic, which is pretty nice. And obviously we've got this little dish on top for kind of a TV signal. And this roof is a really nice build there. Then looking inside this, as you can see, it is pretty cramped there, but there are a lot of things on display, so kind of some toys for Lloyd there. And I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, maybe like a little console so Lloyd knows when to go out on missions. But as you can see, there is a little picture in the back there, which is kind of memorable to Lloyd. Kind of a movie poster of a movie he likes. And then you can just take Lloyd's bed off right there. And then we've got a picture down there for Misako, and then this is obviously where you can sit Misako to go to sleep. It's kind of hard to get her in there, but once she does, you can see you can just get her straight in there, and then you just simply put Lloyd's bed on top, and then you can put Lloyd right there, and then you just kind of have to attach the roof. You can get him in there like so. And then over on this side, as you can see, we've got this TV which has Good Day Ninjago on, and we've got this kind of microwave up top there, and then just a little stool and some drawers. But pretty cramped apartment, but it is a really nice build, and I'm assuming it is going to be much bigger in the movie. And then obviously you can open these windows here. And then for the final section, that just attaches right on top of the little department store there. So as you can see, we've got all of this here. You just simply attach it right there. Kind of got to get the elevator lined up to be able to attach stuff, which is a really nice way to ensure that you've got it right. There you can see that does provide a roof for the little shop there, but it doesn't really let a lot of light in there, so as you can see it is now pretty dark in there. There you can see it really shows how cramped Lloyd's apartment is, because he just gets this little alleyway and you can just barely open the door when this is here. Kind of have to open it from the inside like so. So as you can see, it shows really how cramped it is, and just kind of how Ninjago City has had to be built up on top of each other. But as you can see, we have got obviously the sushi bar, and then we've got this thug here, and we've got these three signs here for sushi, and of course we've got the continuation of the elevator here, so you can just take Jay all the way up there. Then as you can see, we've kind of got the back of this main kind of tower here, which as you can see they've got the rice paper doors. And then you can see there's kind of some mechanical details on the back here where it's kind of unfinished. And then taking all the way to the top, we've just got some more antennas there. And this is really tall. And as you can see, we've got this other antenna here, which does have a reference to some other LEGO themes on the front of it, which there you can see those. Pretty sure this is the Bionicle Glatorian symbol, but I could be wrong. And yeah, so there you can see that from the front. They've got a really nice use of using the fishing rod and harpoon pieces for those towers. And then as you can see, we've got this door here which opens up, and that is where you can go to the bathroom. So you can just simply take the Minifigure in there and then close the door behind them, so we'll just trap Jay in there like so. And then obviously we've got the front of the tower, which does look really nice, and we've got all these three kind of sword pieces which make for nice detail. And as you can see there from the front, and obviously it's just hollow, you can just go straight through that like so. And then as for the Sushi Restaurant, on the front here we've got this squid and pufferfish builds, which are really nice builds. And the pufferfish was a lot harder to make than I expected. And then there you can see we've got the sign for the prices, and then moving the minifigures out of the way, you can see we've got the controls for the elevator there, and obviously this is where you get off. And then over here we've got the chairs and tables to kind of sit customers down to eat their sushi. And then over here we've got the 3 chairs which are next to the sushi train. And then you can just turn that, and it just turns really nicely. It doesn't really get that stuck. As you can see, you can take this around quite a lot and it's not getting stuck. Then we've just got 2 of each kind of dish of sushi. And there you can see we've got this fish here and then a meat cleaver. And then underneath the toilet, as you can see, there is a hat and mustache. And that is where the crab chef can kind of disguise as the sushi chef. So that is just under there. I'm kind of intrigued as to how he gets that. I'm assuming he probably doesn't go under the toilet to get it, but I could be wrong. And then you can take this top bit off to get access inside the toilet. Then obviously inside here you can see we've got the toilet there and the little sink in the back here. If I just take it out, there is a lot of space for minifigures there. And as you can see, they've got the nice blue water underneath, some pink toilet paper used with a mug, and then as you can see we've got the 2 gold taps and then this air freshener, and obviously the door which opens on this side like so. So yeah, pretty nice kind of fancy toilet build. But yeah, that is basically it for Ninjago City. Because there are so many minifigures and this review is already pretty long, I'm going to go through these quite quickly just to kind of keep the length down. So as you can see here, we've got Jay in his ninja suit, Casual Kai, Casual Lloyd, and then Misako. So there you can see the front of them. And turning these around to the back, there you can see all of their back detailings. And then Kai and Lloyd do get alternate faces, and Misako there where she's kind of winking. And then obviously Jay, there you can see his second face. And then turning him back around to the front, there you can see his first face, which is pretty mean there. And so next up we have got the Crab Shack chef. This is Severin Black. And we've got Conrad, the regular Jumonikai villager, and then Mother Doomsday. And if you have watched the show in season 2, you know that his real name is actually Rufus McAllister. So you can see all of their fronts, and obviously he does come with this tan crab here, which is a really nice recolor. Obviously Conrad is the spear fisherman here. And then taking this stuff off, there you can see putting the fake moustache onto Severin Black there, and the chef's hat. There you can transform him into the sushi chef. Then looking at the back there, really nice detailing. Back of Conrad is a really nice way of putting that hat on. And then you can see the back of Mother Doomsday there. There is no alternate face on any of these. And then taking the hat off, there you can see there is some back detailing. And then there you can see the full unobscured view of the back of Conrad and the Jumonikai villager. And next up we have got Guy, Juno, Ivy Walker, and Sweep there. So as you can see, Guy does come with these $100 bills. Really nice torsos on all of these, and obviously Guy does have a generic face. And there is no alternate face there, but as you can see, really nice back detailing. Juno does come with this really cool umbrella build with the Sensei Wu hat. And you can see her torso detailing. And you can see the back, she does get an alternate face. Ivy Walker does get an alternate face as well. She does come with that diamond there. And there you can see that. And then Sweep is this pretty cool build for a little maintenance robot. Obviously he does have recolored skulking legs. Pretty sure this piece for the torso was introduced in Nexo Knight. But as you can see, you can move the arms about, which is pretty cool. And then another interesting use of this kind of fist piece, and then that uses the new Sensei kind of rice hat mold, and then he just come with a broom. So yeah, that is it for these. And then last and not least, we have got Tommy, Sally, the regular Shark Army thug, and then Officer Noonan. So as you can see, Tommy here is kind of a Green Ninja fan there. As you can see, the torso with the 2013 Green Ninja on. Sally does just have a generic torso. And then you can see both of those with an unobscured view. And as you can see, Tommy does get a second face. The Shark Army Thug does just have basic detailing. They're probably my least favourite minifigure in this set. And then you can see the back. And then Officer Noonan just, again, has generic detailing there. And then nothing special on the back. So these two aren't really anything special, but it is still pretty nice to include them so that you can kind of have some fights in the city. But yeah, that is it for all of the minifigures of the set. Now we can get onto ratings for the set. So quickly before we get onto the ratings for this set, we will take a quick look at the instructions. Obviously you do get 3 books, it is a book for each level. So as you can see here, we've got level 1, the old world. And then taking a look at that, there you can see the front where it just kind of highlights what you are building. Get the other 2 books out of the way. And then in this, you do get quite a lot of information in the front before you get building. So there you can see there's kind of a Ninjago City history, interview with the director of the movie, and then the language translator there, some pictures from the movie, and we've got the model designer interview, and then we have got the kind of description of this section of the city, and then we've got the minifigure list and kind of descriptions of all of them. Then it shows you what each bag builds, and you get straight in with the build. And then there is nothing else here other than the advertisement of Lloyd in the back there, movie Lloyd there. Then book 2, which is of course level 2 for the street. You can see it has got the street level highlighted there. And we've just got a description of this street level, and then we've got a description of each minifigure that you get in this level here. Then just straight into the build, nothing in the back, and then you can see just a kind of nice detail on the back of that there. And then book 3 is much thinner, and you just build the high rise here in this level. Then again we've got a description of that, minifigure list, and then you get straight in with the build. And then there is nothing in the back here, but you do get some, obviously again you do get concept art at the end of each bag on this, which is pretty cool, but I'm not going to be able to show you all of that. And then we've just got what was on the back of the box. So that is it for the instructions. Now we can get onto the rating for the set. So now that you have seen the instructions, we can get onto the ratings for this set. Overall, I am definitely going to give this set a 10. This is an absolutely phenomenal set. So obviously, as you can see again there, the size of it when it's all together. And I have just kind of covered this with all the minifigures, and even with all of them on, there is still a ton of space for other things there. And even from other angles, this set does look really good. This is kind of the angle that they used to advertise it, but you know, from the back with the water section, that does look really cool as well. So yeah, overall definitely a 10, and obviously if you can get this set, then I definitely recommend it. It is really expensive, but considering that it's only $300 and then 4,800 pieces, that does put it at a really good value for price to part ratio. Probably one of the best price to part ratio of Lego sets in quite a few years. So yeah, that is really nice to see. And yeah, just overall really nice build, lots of details, and obviously there are a few things that I didn't really get to show you because just to keep the length of this video down, like this sign over here, didn't really get to show you that up close. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this review, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.